What's going on, guys? Tanner back here bringing you another video, and what I got for you guys today is a video that was highly requested when I told you guys to leave video ideas in the comments below, and that is what is tech school like right now in 2020. Now, I had to do some digging and some diving, but I got some information for you guys, and this is the best information I could find, and it is accurate as of today, the day I'm making this video, which is June 19th, 2020. So before you get into that, I just like to say thank you to a couple of people who joined the membership program. We have Landon Lopez and Amy Spikes. Thank you guys for joining the membership program. If you are interested in joining the membership program like them, the link to that will be in the description below. Also, guys, I am streaming on Twitch pretty much every day as well. The link to that will be in the description as well if you enjoy video games. But without further ado, let's get right into this video. So tech school. After you leave basic training, you're going to go straight to your tech school because they do not want you to be around family members or any outside type of people during the time to get you to tech school, so that way you have less of a chance of getting exposed to COVID-19. Now, some people are immediately going to basic at their tech school. So if you have a job that has a tech school at Keesler Air Force Base in Biloxi, Mississippi, you are going straight there. You're going to be at tech school for basic and tech school. You'll be there the entire time. I found out some information about those, but you guys asked what my tech school experience was like, and I'm going to kind of wrap in the whole tech school experience into one video. So tech school was probably the best time I ever had in the entire military. Tech school is a time where, yeah, you go to class, but it's kind of like college. You go to class for a couple hours, you're there from 8 to 4, like you would a normal job. But you didn't really need to study. No one I knew really studied until they got to Security Plus, if you were cyber trans and things like that, or Block 7, which was my job's hardest block. So everyone just kind of coasted, and it's kind of just that environment where you go home from class, you hang out with your buddies, you can play video games, you can order food, you can do pretty much anything you want as long as you're in your dorm by curfew time, which I believe was 10 p.m. And you don't have to be asleep. You can stay up all night. You don't have to ever sleep if you don't want to. I would highly recommend that you do, though, but you don't have to. There's days where I'd stay up till 2 in the morning. Now, there's a couple of things people asked about, like, what are weekends like? Weekends are the best time. You don't have, I think curfew was midnight, if I do remember correctly. You had to be back in the dorm by midnight, and then turn in your transition card, and then you go to your room and you can hang out. But on top of that, you can do this during the week as well, but you could order food from outside restaurants. A lot of my buddies and I, we'd get together. We would order like Domino's or Wing Zone. So we'd get wings, pizza, things like that. We go in the day room. We'd hook up a laptop to one of the TVs and we watch the UFC fights. So we'd have like 20 dudes in the day room pitching, get a ton of food, and just watch UFC fights on the weekend. And it was a ton of fun. On top of that, you have a ton of people who like to play video games. They'll have LAN parties. They'll have tons of different things like that if you're into that. There's a big gym on base that you can go and play basketball at. There's other gyms like CrossFit gyms. You can go off base and do all these things. But that was before COVID hit. Now with COVID, I'm sorry to say it, you lost a lot of these privileges. I have a list here of things that are there, and it's going to be a bummer for a lot of you because that's just not for Keesler. This is how it's going to be tech school wide. I'm sorry. But without further ado, let's get into these reasons of why tech school has changed and why you're not going to be so happy. Number one, you're not allowed to leave base. Now you're probably like, well, why can't I leave base when I get to tech school? Well, you have a higher risk of getting COVID when you're out in the general population. Not everyone's been tested. Not everyone's been kept in a controlled environment, so they can't get it. Not everyone knows if they have it. Not everyone wears masks and things like that, even if you don't agree with them. It's just the more exposure you get, say one person contracts, they bring it back to the dorms, and then everyone gets it, and then it's just like, what the hell? So you're going to be confined to base, unfortunately, but a lot of bases have a lot of things to do on them, especially AETC bases. So if you're at Lackland, you're at Keesler, there's tons of stuff to do on base. So if you're specifically at Keesler, I found out this piece of information. So when you're at the dorms at Keesler and you're in tech school, there's something called the triangle. There's a giant triangle in the ground and all of the dorm buildings are kind of built around it. You are not allowed to leave the triangle until weekends, and it says that you can go to the marina and the BX on the weekends and only a few hours on Sunday. So Saturday, basically, you have kind of free roam of the base, but Sunday you have limited hours, which is very unfortunate because if you're going to be confined to base, being confined to the triangle is kind of worse because it's not a very big, area. There's a small BX in the triangle. There's a subway. There's the DFAX. There's Not much. There's really not much. There's basketball hoops behind the dorms, so if you enjoy basketball, there is that kind of stuff. For those of you who smoke, the smoke pits will still be open. But you're definitely going to need to find some stuff to do when you're there at tech school. It gives you an excuse, or it doesn't give you an excuse to, fail classes. You should be studying. You have like Netflix, video games, my YouTube videos, studying, From what I was told, there were more restrictions a few weeks ago that have been lifted as the amount of cases have gone down. So it was worse. You guys are getting a lot luckier now. This is one that's going to make a lot of you kind of mad because I've seen it from the comments. You still have to wear a mask. You're going to have to wear a mask pretty much everywhere you go, in the classroom, when you're walking around base, when you're in the dorms. When you're in your own dorm room, you're most likely not going to have to wear a mask. But when you leave your dorm room, you're going to have to wear a mask. So this is one that's going to be tough for a lot of you, and that's no outside contact. Your family can't come visit you at tech school. Now, I know a lot of people, when I went through, who had a lot of their family members would come and they'd visit. People had their wives come and visit. They'd have their boyfriends, girlfriends, whatever it was, husbands come visit. And it was, you'd meet their families and stuff. And you're like, oh, that's cool. It's nice to get to know you a little more in depth, especially when you've been in class with them the whole time. So that makes it a little different, but you can't visit your family. So I'm not sure if that's going to relay around Christmas time. When it comes to that, that's a whole different ball game. That's still, about 5 months out, 6 months out. So we really don't know what the rules are going to be at that time if you get to go home for Exodus. For those of you at Keesler, there is a spot in the triangle called the Vandenberg, and they have a bar in there for people who are 21 and older. The Vandenberg bar is closed. So those of you who are 21, getting alcohol at tech school is going to be literally not possible. Unless on the weekend you go to like the BX on Saturdays and your buddies and you have a couple beers at the bowling alley, if the bowling alley's open and things like that. But if you planned on drinking, you're not going to be able to. And don't try to sneak alcohol back into the dorms. They're going to find it. It happened pretty much every time. This is a big one. The gyms are closed. So a lot of you who are really into fitness, you're going to have to find a lot of in your dorm workouts. I worked out a lot in my dorm, push-ups, sit-ups, planks, a lot of, body work. It's, body weight work. It's going to be tough for you guys. There's no gyms open for you. Even the base gyms right now, they're very limited to what you can do if they are open on most bases. I believe ours are still closed. If they are open, they're very limited to who can be in at what times and things like that. My personal gym off base is open, but there's a lot of regulations and things that you have to, hurdles you have to jump over just to be able to work out. So gyms are closed. Now this one, every base has a theater. There's a movie theater where you can go and watch free movies, and they're closed. So what you're going to be able to do in tech school right now, unfortunately, is going to be very limited. And I'm sorry to say that because tech school is a great experience. But one thing that you can make, you're allowed to order food from off base. So spend that time, try the different cuisines from the area, try the different foods and things of that nature. I know you'd rather go explore the cities that you're going to be in. But right now with what's going on, it's going to be pretty impossible until they lift these stipulations. Now, like I said, these were active and in place as of today, June 19th, 2020. They could change next week. They could change in an hour. They could change whenever. It's always current. It's always changing with things like this, especially things in the Air Force. There's always rules that are changing. You just have to be on the lookout for them. I hope that this was an informative video. If you guys have any other questions about tech school, leave them in the comment section below, and I will do my best to answer them and get you guys more information about tech school. So please leave them in the comment section. I will definitely get back to every single one of you. I do that with every video. If you haven't already, please smash the like button. Let's try to get to 100 likes on this video. That'd be awesome if we could get there. I greatly appreciate all the support. We are also, I believe, as my board states, 32 subscribers away from 3K. We are almost there. Then we're going to be doing that big giveaway, the 10,000 calorie challenge, shaving off the mustache, and a lot more things when that time comes. But I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Like I said, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on my social medias. They'll be in the description below. They popped up on the screen a couple times in this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out. I love you all. Stay safe, and have a great day.